Just say these 6 words and get exactly what you want. That's what my mentor said to me, and I ended up having 100% results every single time that I've used these 6 words. Now, before we get into this video, I just wanted to say welcome, my friend. If you're new here, thanks for being here. If you are a returner, thanks for coming back. If you enjoy this episode, make sure you hit the like button on this video and let me know in the comments down below. I have a free success hypnosis to reprogram your subconscious mind. It's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. About 1 million people from all over the world have used it now, which is pretty crazy in and of itself. And every day I get these awesome stories of people getting a raise, selling their house, making more money, financial miracles, success miracles. And I love to hear what happens in your life when you use it too. So check it out for free right there down below. All I ask is you just let me know in the comments what awesome things come into your life from using it. So in their neuroscientific experiment, Do Words Hurt?, Maria Richter and other top neuroscientists monitored subjects' brains, and they wanted to see the responses to auditory and imaged negative words. It was pretty crazy because during this process, they discovered that painful or negative words increase implicit processing. In neuroscience, it's summarized as IMP within the subgenal anterior cingulate cortex, which for short is just S.A.C.C, because I bet you can't say that word 5 times in a row. But all jokes aside, essentially what they found out is the study proved that the negative words that you're saying, maybe even habitually and unconsciously, they release stress and anxiety induced hormones into subjects, and they could measure how the brain was changing from these negative words. Additionally, there was a study that found increased levels of anxiety in children associated with higher rates of negative self-talk. And this was published in PubMed, one of the top neuroscientific and in general biomed study websites. And I quote here, they said, "These results suggest negative self-talk plays a role in the generation or maintenance of anxiety in normal children." So here's the point for all you folks that are commenting, you're like, "New Age, this is a bunch of mumbo jumbo." It's actually scientifically proven that negative words, whether they're spoken, heard, or they're thought subconsciously, they not only cause stress, but they also contribute to long-term anxiety, they change the brain, and they induce stress response hormones in the brain just by thinking these negative thoughts. So those studies pretty much sum up big idea number 1. Negative words and negative thinking, whether you say it out loud or you have it programmed into your subconscious from childhood, they actually negatively impact your brain and your body, creating stress hormones, and they scientifically prove to stop you from getting what you want. Now, big idea number 2, and big idea number 1, talking about the negative effects scientifically proven, I'm not going to leave you hanging. So big idea number 2 is that positive thoughts, they actually change your genes. Not your genes, those blue genes, but the actual genes in your body, they're changed from positive thoughts. So just like all those studies showed, the recognition that negative thoughts, even if they're just in your own mind, is enough to induce stress and anxiety hormones and change your brain, then, the obvious question is, what effect do positive thoughts have on your brain, your nervous system, your genes, and your life? And in their book, Words Can Change Your Brain, Dr. Andrew Newberg, he's a neuroscientist at Thomas Jefferson University, which Sounds like might be a smart university. And Mark Robert Waldman, he's a communications expert. They have a pretty powerful book, and it's all about the science of how words affect your brain. And I quote here, they say, "A single word has the power to influence the expression of genes that regulate physical and emotional stress." They go on to say in this book that by holding a positive and optimistic word in your mind, you stimulate the frontal lobe activity in your brain. This area includes specific language centers that connect directly to the motor cortex response that moves you into action and controls human behavior. And as their research shows, the longer you concentrate on positive words, the more they begin to affect other areas of your brain as well. But all the fancy schmancy neuroscientific aside, these 6 words that I'm about to give you, they're proven that they stimulate the brain and the frontal lobe in an entirely new way. And because of this, it changes your perception of yourself and your perception of the world around you. Essentially, holding on to these positive 6 words helps train your brain to see the good in the world, in others, and yourself. But before you start to think, yeah, Jake, I already know all this. I know. Let me just tell you a pretty crazy story that happened to me really recently. So I've been doing YouTube forever, and I started getting bored. I had a daughter. I had other businesses. My channel kind of started to suck, and I quit paying attention to it. I was pretty bored with it. I accomplished all my main goals. The channel was kind of in the gutter compared to my past results. And eventually I tried to salvage it, but I failed miserably at it. So I began to think that maybe my YouTube days are numbered here. And maybe the algorithm doesn't love me anymore. Maybe YouTube's censoring me. And everything was over. And then I thought to myself, what did I do differently in the past? And the answer was that I used to think a lot more positively about my YouTube. I would have never entertained a thought like, maybe it's done, maybe YouTube's censoring me, maybe they hate me. I made affirmations about my YouTube success all day long using these 6 words I'm about to give you in a minute. And I started doing these specific affirmations. I started writing them down every day. I started using my hypnosis specifically for my YouTube success. I started visualizing, inspiring people, getting all these comments, maybe from someone like you, that's leaving a comment and saying, man, this video really touch me. I started imagining getting thousands of new views, hundreds of thousands of new subscribers. I started seeing it in my mind. And I talked about it all day long just like that. And the results were pretty crazy. My channel started taking off again. And in just a quick 30 days, it started to do better than any previous month in the last 2 years. So then the question is, what are these 6 words? I am so happy and grateful. Those are the 6 words. My mentor taught them to me, and you can use just the base of those 6 words all by themselves. I'm so happy and grateful. I'm so happy and grateful. Or you can do what I do and personalize it afterwards, such as, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm inspiring millions of new people on YouTube every day. I'm so happy and grateful I'm a top real estate agent. I'm so happy and grateful I got a raise. The goal is to do it long enough, though, that it becomes a habit. Then you don't need to think about it, right? Because it's stimulating the brain. Then once that becomes a habit in the brain, you don't have to do the affirmations consciously. They become part of your subconscious operating system. And it stops becoming an exercise and it starts to become a subconscious program. So when my mentor, Bob Proctor, taught me these words, he said a couple important things. You have to use these words exactly as they are because you're stimulating the nervous system in the present tense. These words are in the present tense. They don't just say you're grateful, they say you're happy too. What is this doing? Your brain starts to think it's real, especially when you personalize it and you add another element to it. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm making $5,000 a month. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm the healthiest version of myself. I'm so happy and grateful my relationships are better than ever and I'm the best dad, mom, husband I could be. I'm so happy and grateful I'm more productive than ever. I'm getting raises. I'm getting new clients. I'm getting new customers. I'm doing better than I ever have before. So here's what I invite you to do. Personalize this for yourself, and I love to hear what yours is, and I love to send it some positive energy when I read the comments. So comment down below, I'm so happy and grateful, or comment down below your full personalized statement. I'm so happy and grateful now that, and give me a comment down below. I'd love to send you a bunch of positive energy with it. If you want some help, I have a free success hypnosis that helps you start to get this into your subconscious, right? Because think about it. Psychologists tell us 95% of your life is subconscious. Think about earlier those scientific studies. What did we find out? We found out that negative words, they actually affect your brain. They actually affect your nervous system. And guess what else? Psychologists tell us 70% of all subconscious programming is negative and redundant. Think about that. Negative and redundant. That means we've been programmed negatively for money. You've been programmed negatively for self-confidence. You've been programmed negatively for relationships. You've just been programmed with a bunch of crap from the world. But the good news is you can start to change it. And when you use these 6 words, I'm so happy and grateful. I'm so happy and grateful. Large sums of money come to me quickly and easily. I'm so happy and grateful every day in every way. I'm happier and happier. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm healthy, energized. My body feels well. I'm healthy. When you start doing this, you activate the prefrontal cortex in your brain. Your brain starts to take over and you start to build yourself a new reality. Not the one you were programmed with, but the one that's your ultimate destiny. So be sure to check out my free success hypnosis right there down below, jakeshypnosis.com, pinned to the comments and in the description. Smash the like button on this video, subscribe, bell notification. Give me a comment down below that says, I am so happy and grateful. And remember, use these 6 words every single day and take control of your mind. You'll see it start to shift in your life.